Hi, beautiful people, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Let's get right into the video. So, top of my list would be language. If you move from any country to Italy, chances are that you would not know how to speak Italian, except, of course, you were learning the language from your home country, which I don't think many people do. I mean, in Italy, it's Italian that is spoken, and Italy is the only country in the world where Italian is spoken. The first few weeks or months, or even years, would be really difficult for you, and it was really difficult for me. It is still difficult for me. I moved here just 2 years ago. I know some people become like pro language speakers after 2 years, but that hasn't been my experience. I am still struggling, I am still learning. So definitely you're going to find it difficult to learn Italian if you've moved here from another country. It doesn't matter what country it is. The second would be the loneliness. For me, when I moved here, I was surprised at how awfully quiet it was. I live in the north of Italy. It is really quiet. The neighborhoods are serene, calm, and as a Nigerian, I really missed the noise. And I think that was for me one of the most difficult things about adapting and just living in Italy. Sometimes I did like the calm, when I'm trying to study. I have done some courses since I moved here, and you just want to focus on something. It does help, but sometimes you really want to, have that lively feeling. I come from a tropical country, so maybe that's why, but I really did miss the noise and just having people out and about. I really did miss that. So loneliness for me was a big issue, and making friends in Italy was not the easiest. It still isn't the easiest. I have only like one or two friends. Finding people to be friends with in Italy is one of the most difficult things ever. I don't know where you people find your friends, but for me it has been a struggle. It's either they live like miles and miles away, or they're not just the kind of people that I would want to associate myself with. I do have a few, one or two, but that's about it. I really do miss my friends from Nigeria. We try to keep in touch, we chat, we call, share reels and memes online. But it's really not the same when you're in the same space, in the same country, see each other regularly and just, have that bond. That is definitely something I really miss about being in Nigeria. And I think that if you're going to be moving here, you have to have that at the back of your mind. It's going to be lonely, you're going to miss your friends, and you're going to find it difficult to learn the language, at least within the first few months of living in Italy. Now, there's another one. I think this one should have been number one because it's really important. If you don't have bread, how do you survive? Finding jobs in Italy. I wish someone had told me, like, I really wish someone had said, look, it's going to be difficult. But I think I'm one of the fortunate ones because after about a year, I got a job as an English teacher, but it wasn't as easy as it seems. It wasn't a piece of cake. If you're moving to Italy, you have a degree, you have a master's, you have, special skills. I just need you to lower your expectations. It's probably not going to happen for you how you imagine it to. There were certain things I did to help me get the job that I do now, but if you're not told, you're not going to know. Like, you really need somebody to lead you by the hand. And this is why I say networking is really important. Yes, you might not be able to have like a handful of friends, but the very few who you think are reasonable and you want to be friends with, try to keep them close because they're going to be the ones to tell you when there is an opportunity, when there is something coming up. If you're moving here and you have a degree, a master's, and you would like to meet somebody and say, okay, how do I go about this? I would need to get a job in my career and my field. Who do I meet? Where do I go? What office? Nobody knows. If you need information here in Italy, you have to go through seven seas and seven oceans. Nobody really has any information for you. You're going to ask people, you're going to keep asking, and at some point, you're going to get tired of asking. Information is not so easy to get here in Italy. It's not the same for countries like the UK, where you have like people who are doing stuff and you know who to ask, you know who to meet. Here in Italy, you really don't know who to meet, you really don't know who to ask, and nobody just knows the answer. I remember moving here and asking a senior colleague of mine. She has studied optometry back in Nigeria at the University of Benin, and she said, I don't know. I mean, do you know? And I'm like, I just arrived. I should be asking you. But yeah, nobody has any information. At this point, my mic had gone off and I had no idea. This is my second video ever on YouTube. But basically, I was trying to say that if you've watched to this point, thank you so much and see you in my next one.